All right, in this video, I'm going to tell you down and dirty everything you need to know about the new 2023 CVOs and the complete overhaul and redesign they got. Ryan Urlacher here, lawabidingbiker.com. Thanks for checking back in. All right, so this video goes for both the Road Glide and the Street Glide. There are a few minor differences which we'll talk about, but basically, if you're not familiar, a Road Glide, the bars turn within the fairing, it's fixed, and the Street Glide, the fairing turns with the bars. So both bikes starting at $42,999, two color options, dark platinum with bright smoke satin pinstriping, and for an optional $6,000, Whiskey Neat Raven metallic two-tone. All right, so noticeably the fairings are redesigned and different windshields. Now both bikes come in with an LED headlight and integrated turn signals, no more bullet turn signals. There's an Omega shaped signature in the Batwing fairing headlight and a W signature in the Road Glide. On the side of the shark nose fairing, you do have adjustable wind deflectors, and you also have adjustable skirt deflectors on the upper forks on the Street Glide. Both bikes come in with a dash vent that's adjustable, so you can reduce head buffeting. And also they reduced head buffeting by 60% with these new fairings. And by the way, I actually went to California and got to test ride and review these bikes. So check that video out. I'll link to it in the description below if you want to know what I think of it, my opinions, pros and cons, and how it was to ride it. And it's still a 6-gallon fuel tank, and it's not completely round. It has a little bit of an angle on the top for style. And the saddlebags have a bit more style to them. They're a little bit curved around the side. They have an angle cut on the bottom on the rear, and they actually hold a little bit more than previous saddlebags. And you can see on the rear, we've got integrated brake lights and a amber turn signal within. These are LED. And we've got no more bullet turn signals. And you can see the front fender is trimmed at the rear and it has less skirt depth. And of course that low profile fender helps show off the Brembo brakes and inverted forks, which we'll get to in a bit. So we've got a 19-inch front wheel, 18-inch rear, and both are machine cut cast aluminum rim and also very nice 90-degree valve stems. So you're looking at a brand new motor. That is the Milwaukee 8 V-Twin VVT variable valve timing, 121 cubic inches. Now this new motor is equipped with a number of new features. And the heads are water cooled. There's channels in the heads and they're pushing water mainly around the exhaust valves. And so of course it has a radiator, they put it down low, and there's also a thermostat, of course, an electric fan. That fan grabs the heat and pushes it under the bike away from the rider. And of course, as mentioned, variable valve timing, basically that broadens your overall power band and improves torque management and efficiency. And we have a new intake track, and they increased the throttle body size from 55 to 58 millimeters. Additionally, a single counterbalancer is in the motor. It's tuned to cancel undesirable vibration. Additionally, it has a high-performance cam, high-lift cam with longer duration. Now, there is a brand new air intake, and it's actually larger. Airbox volume is 4 liters. That's approximately 50% more than the heavy breather on the other Milwaukee 8s. Also, it doesn't stick out as far. It also has high-capacity 5.5 gram fuel injectors to match the fuel demand of the engine. And we have high-performance exhaust. The muffler diameter is increased to 4.5 inches from the previous models of 4-inch diameter. And so with all that, you're getting 139 foot-pounds of torque and 115 horsepower. That's 8% more torque and 9.5% more torque than the old Milwaukee 8 117. And charging output increased by 20.8% to 58 peak amps from 48 peak amps on the M8 117. Basically, that means that you can add more accessories while maintaining optimal battery health. And they added a new shift drum. This basically makes it easier to select neutral on the first try. So performance was gained via the powertrain, but also in less weight. The Street Glide, 31 pounds lighter, and the Road Glide, 35 pounds lighter. And they shaved weight in a lot of ways, but one was the fuel tank. It's formed from a lighter gauge steel. And there's a new triple clamp that's manufactured using a liquid aluminum forging process. Reduces weight. And the lighter weight, of course, helps with performance, things such as braking, handling, and acceleration. So new high-performance suspension, front and rear. On the front, we're looking at 47 millimeter Showa inverted forks with 4.6 inches of travel. And Showa on the rear, 3 inches of travel. You've got preload adjustment with removal of the saddlebags and a spanner wrench. Also, there's an intermediate adjuster knob. It's actually exposed all the time in front of the left saddlebag. And you've got dampening adjustment on both via an adjuster screw on the bottoms. All right, just real quick, we'll get right back into your video. As you can imagine, a ton of man hours, expenses, and effort go into keeping this channel going strong. There is a way you can support us by becoming a patron member. I will link to it in the description below. There are benefits for signing up, such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group. Really, it's a troll-free zone, nothing but bikers helping and meeting other bikers. You get access to live video broadcasts and chat, podcasts early, premium videos upon request, and of course, access to our ride, meetup, and events. We appreciate you considering becoming a member. Let's go ahead and get back into your video. And you've got dual 4-piston Brembo brakes up front And they're radial mounted, not axial mounted. That will increase brake performance. Also, the rotors have increased from 300 to 320 millimeters. On the rear, single Brembo 4-piston brake with 300 millimeter rotor. And it has a redesigned seat shape and padding, and it offers significant improvement in long-range comfort, they say. And coming with a standard cable clutch. Now, on the right side, we have a new adjustable front brake lever. Basically, there's a star adjuster on the rear with numbers, and you can put it where you want depending on how far you want the brake lever to be off the grip. And the Street Glide coming with handlebars that we're pretty used to. Now, the Road Glide, basically those bars have a wider, flatter bend than the previous shape, which puts the rider's hands in a more neutral, comfortable position. So as you can see, the control clusters on the handlebars completely redesigned. Basically, on the left side up top, you've got cruise control, odometer, traction control. On the front, with your finger, you can operate headlights, low beam, high beam, and flash. And moving around to the front, you've got a main menu button, a return button, and then a large wheel, so to speak, with left, right, up, down, and a center toggle, and that's all to control the infotainment system. And on the bottom, you've got your left signal and horn. Moving around to the right, on the top, you've got your hazard and run start button, and then moving to the front, you've got a push to talk button and a phone and voice command button, and then again, that large dial up, down, left, right, and middle toggle for your infotainment system. Down by the thumb on the bottom, you've got mode button and right signal. Now, it should be noted these are heated grips. However, there's no temperature dial on the left grip that we're used to. Instead, on the end of that grip, there's a button for low, medium, and high. If you want finer adjustments, those can be made inside the infotainment system. Using the mode button, you can put the bike in either rain, sport, or road mode. Additionally, there's 2 slots that you can customize and set the parameters as you desire. So a brand new large 12.3 TFT color touchscreen infotainment system running Skyline OS. Now, it replaces all analog instrumentation and most of the switches. It can be operated with gloves and even if the screen is wet. And there's 3 modes you can set the infotainment system in dependent on what information you want it to display: cruise, tour, and sport. And then you can further dial things in with widgets. There's also a dark mode and a light mode that turns the screen white. The system has new Wi-Fi connectivity, which enables wireless connection to a rider's device and provides live services such as traffic, weather, and navigation map updates. And there's free map updates for the embedded navigation system for 3 years. And built in is now a Bluetooth receiver for wireless headset connectivity. We no longer have to add a wireless headset interface module like we did on the older systems. Also, there's a new voice recognition system. It's supposed to be more conversational rather than fixed prompts. Basically, things like find me a gas station. And the new built-in user interface on the touchscreen allows the owner to activate the ECU programming required for installation of certain accessories, such as fog lights, home link, and heated grips. Yes, it does have home link, and you can basically open garage doors, gates, and home lights, etc. with that. And just like the previous boombox, you can plan your rides using Harley-Davidson Ride Planner online, and then via the smartphone app, you can pass those to the new infotainment system via Bluetooth. At the time of this video, the system's only coming with Apple CarPlay and not Android Auto, but you can connect Android or Apple to the system, and certainly you can still listen to your music and make phone calls. Just with Android, you would have to use the built-in OS to do that. And this is definitely not the fault of Harley, and it all lies on Google, as they shut down the Android Auto mobile version. So complain to Google. And we've been helping bikers for many years now learn the previous boombox systems, both the GT unit and the new GTS unit, along with Harley-Davidson Ride Planner and how to operate these systems, all the tips, tricks, hidden menus, the most efficient way to use these systems, along with how to update the software and maps. You can get them anytime over at lawabidingbiker.com/Harley Boombox. And we're going to try to get our hands on this one, and we will do a very detailed tutorial video on this system too. And there is a single media storage drawer located directly below the infotainment display screen on the Street Glide. It opens and slides out at the push of a button, and inside it is a USB-C connection. And on the Road Glide, you've got 2 large storage compartments on each side of the inside fairing, of course with lids, and there's also a USB-C connection in there. And the bike now has an auto start switch, so basically you don't have to hold it down, just push it once, let go, and the bike will start. And not a standard removable gas cap, so to speak. It does have a lid, and there's a lever to lift it up, and the gas cap is all part of it, so it doesn't detach. And you may have already noticed that the horn is no longer up in the middle on the left side. They've actually moved it down by the toe shifter, and the coil pack is where the horn used to be. And these bikes coming with all the rider safety enhancements, such as cornering, electronically linked brakes, ABS, ABS traction control, drag torque slip control, vehicle hold control, and tire pressure monitoring system. And the bike coming with a Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 3-way 6.5-inch fairing speakers and 5x7-inch saddlebag speakers. All right, I'm popping a couple of videos on the screen here for you. Hopefully something useful or entertaining. Heck, maybe both. At any rate, when you're done watching Bikeaholics, get out there and ride every chance you get. Peace.